I will go ahead and do a roll call for us for Farmington Historic District. So we will start with roll call of our regular members. Joanne Lawson.
Here.
Cliff Mix.
Here.
Michelle Phelan.
Here.
Jim Kelsiano.
Here.
I'll note for the record that regular member Jay Bombara is absent. Our alternates, we have Liz Gemsky.
Here.
John Renahan.
Present.
Online. And Ted Sanford.
Here.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, it's all yours.
Yes, I guess we'll have the secretary read the public hearing notice.
Notice is hereby given that the Farmington Historic District Commission will hold a hybrid public hearing on Tuesday, November 14th, 2023 at 5 p.m. in the Town Hall Council Chambers on the following applications. Anita and John Rogers application for temporary certificate of appropriateness to install generator and above ground propane tanks at 16 Mountain Road. Greg Luddy application for temporary certificate of appropriateness to install generator at 22 High Street. William Nagler application for temporary certificate of appropriateness to install 11-foot gutter over deck at 35 Colton Street. Farmington Historic District Study Report dated September 2023 concerning addition of historic properties 9 Waterville Road, in parentheses, Brookside. Interested parties are encouraged to participate in this public hearing. Participation in person is at 1 Monteith Drive, Town Hall, Town Council Chambers, or online participation via the link to the meeting on the Town of Farmington's website. A copy of this proposal is on file in the Planning Department at Town Hall, Farmington, Connecticut, and may also be accessed online or by calling the Planning Department.
Thank you, Michelle. Shannon, was one of these dropped off?
So correct. For the record, the first application, DH Family Real Estate Trust application for temporary certificate of appropriateness to install handicap ramp for unit 106 at 792 Farmington Avenue, which had been continued from September. The applicant has withdrawn that application. We received a written request to withdraw the application at the beginning of last week.
Okay. So we might as well proceed with number 2, Anita and John Rogers.
Yes. I don't know if Anita and John Rogers, okay. If you'll go to the podium, please, and just identify yourself and explain.
To the left, yes, yeah.
Yep, to the podium. And then just explain your application for the commission. So just your name and address and what you're looking to do, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anita Rogers and my husband, John, and we're at 16 Mountain Road here in Farmington. We are applying to place a Kohler generator, the back of our property, at the very end of the driveway between our garage and 12-foot tall arborvitaes. We have gone ahead and planted 4 new arborvitaes that are growing like crazy because of the wonderful weather.
Mhm.
So they're already up at 50 inches tall. And I have a width of 65 inches wide. So, I have measurements here. They have been sent in of the, the size of the generator and all that. So, that's simply what it is. We made sure that we did pictures from the sidewalk to make sure that the generator would not be visible there at all. And it will not be. Even going down halfway down the driveway or all the way to the garage, it's not visible. Our propane tanks will be behind the 12-foot high arborvitaes into the back of the yard, totally not visible from any view from the sidewalk, walking up Mountain Road at all. Any questions?
Ted, start with you.
I'm somewhat familiar with the property. I agree, they're not going to be visible from the street.
And I absolutely love gardening. I have many historical plants and I will be surrounding my propane tanks in the backyard for Ted and Liz so that they will be beautiful. because that's what I love to do. And I'm looking at perhaps doing some hollies, male and female, so we get the red berries and the height. You know, it won't be ugly. There's no way, because I have to look out my kitchen window. It's got to be nice.
Thank you. Liz,
No questions. Thank you.
Michelle?
No, I don't have any questions. I couldn't see where it was visible, and certainly the arborvitae will be green all year.
Well,
round.
that's why I went with the evergreens. I didn't want leaves coming off and then the visibility there. I mean, we love the neighborhood. We've been there for years. And we love the Historical Society. I mean, you know, daughter of the American Revolution. Come on now. Gotta stick with the historical.
No questions.
Joy?
No questions.
I have no questions. All I can say is thank God for arborvitae. They help a lot. Any one in the audience like to comment? How about
We will check online. So if anyone has called in online to offer comment on the application for Anita and John Rogers for installation of generator and propane tanks at 16 Mountain Road, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom, and you'll be acknowledged to address the commission. Again, if anyone has called in via Zoom to offer comment on the application at 16 Mountain Road, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. I think we've got
John's online.
Yeah, no comments from John Renahan.
Oh, thank you, John. And Mr. Chair, there are no hands raised.
okay, do we have a motion on the floor?
Can we do need you to designate who will be voting. You can either do it for the evening or we can rotate through on who's voting in
Let's have
Jay's.
Ted be on this one. The alternate.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the installation of the application for temporary certificate of appropriateness to install the generator and above ground propane tanks at 16 Mountain Road.
There's a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion, further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next item will be Greg Liddy application for temporary certificate of appropriateness to install a generator at 22 High Street.
Greg cannot, Greg's our electrician, he could not make it tonight, we're the homeowners, Henry Purtle, and this is my wife Blakely.
Just state your name and your address.
Henry Purtle and Blakely Purtle, we are at 22 High Street.
So,
Okay, if you could give us just a brief explanation of what you're looking to do, please.
Sure, so we are having a generator installed, no propane tanks, this will be a natural gas connection. It is going to be in an alcove of the side of the home, alongside the driveway where two AC compressors are also located. You can see just that small white box there, somewhat visible from the street. We will be planting a series of Irish yew in front of that evergreen plant similar to arborvitae to block that view from the street facing side.
Okay. The generator is going to go next. This is the
That actually is the generator right there.
There's
Oh,
an
okay.
existing AC unit.
There's an
Looking
AC
at,
unit next
and
to
it
it.
will be rehomed.
Oh,
So
okay,
it
I
faces
see
out.
it now. So you
Yep.
can see the AC unit is the darker and the generator's there. It's white. It blends in with the building.
And it's an older AC unit that will eventually be rehomed as well.
Okay.
Hidden out of sight.
Yeah, we've already gotten clearance from our HVAC company to relocate that AC compressor farther inside that alcove. But because of fire requirements and exhaust location, and there's a couple windows on the backside, the generator was not safe to place any more recessed than it currently is.
Okay. Questions, Joanne?
You've answered my only questions, which were, didn't I drive by and see that there already?
Yes.
And the other thing is no propane tanks because you're getting the gas right from the street.
Yes, there's a gas meter on the back side of the building in that little alcove. So it'll be about a 2 or 3 foot distance from the gas meter to the generator.
Thanks. Those are my only comments.
What?
Nope, I live right next door, very familiar with the property. Your house looks great, your lawn,
Thank you.
your yard looks awesome.
Thank you very much.
No question.
No?
You also answered the question I had, which was, were you thinking about, planting? So, now I have no questions.
Okay.
Michelle? Listen,
Just clarification, it is already installed, is that?
No, no, we're waiting on your approval before doing any
Got it,
electrical or
okay.
gas connection. It's just sitting where it will be
Oh,
on a
gotcha.
pad.
Okay,
We're gonna be bringing in some topsoil and things like that to dress up around it after the installation is complete and get everything planted.
got it. Okay, thank you.
No questions.
I guess we will,
John Renahan, if you have
Yeah,
any,
no questions, thanks.
thank you.
and I think I have no either. I think all the questions have been answered. Point John Renahan as to fill
Yeah, he didn't have any.
Barry.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna appoint John for for this application, okay.
So do we have a motion?
Let's check, if you don't mind, I'll check for public comment. If anyone has called in online to offer comment on the application to install a generator at 22 High Street, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. You'll be acknowledged to address the commission. Okay, again, if anyone's called in to offer comment on the 22 High Street application for generator install, please raise your hand. Mr. Chair, there are no hands raised.
Okay. We have a vote. All those in favor?
You need a motion in a second. Sorry,
Oh, I thought we.
I interrupted you. Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
okay,
interrupted. I interrupted. I'm sorry.
No.
I got you. I have you off rhythm. I know.
Let's have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve Greg Luddy's application for temporary certificate of appropriateness to install a generator at 22 High Street.
In a second,
I'll
Second.
second that.
any further discussion? If none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
And we did bring the sign with us. Do you want that back tonight or
We can, yeah, you can leave it.
easier?
Do you? You got it? Yeah.
Thank you all very much.
Good night.
Thank you, Garrett.
The next application will be William Nagler for temporary certificate of appropriateness for 11-foot gutter over the deck, 35 Colton Street.
Yep, and I think William is online, I believe.
Yes, can you hear me?
We
Yes.
sure can, yes.
Oh, good. I did this a few years ago, it's the historic district, and I screwed something up and no one could hear me for a while. So anyway, this is, as I noted, it's an 11-foot gutter. It won't be visible from the street because there are already plantings, evergreens, which are shown in the photo, not that one, but the other photo. Yeah, and the only part that will be on the street front will be the downspout extending down from the gutter. The gutter itself will be on the north side of the house, which will be on the side from the street. And that's just an example of what the style is going to be.
Okay, we have comments, Joanne?
I had no questions.
No questions.
So,
I do not have any questions. Thank you.
Liz,
Nope, no questions.
Ed,
It's an aluminum gutter.
Yeah, it's going to be aluminum, white, painted white. Yes.
And it's the standard K style gutter, not a half round gutter or anything like that.
No, it's I have an example of
Yeah.
one that's on the house, so it's going to be matching that. Whatever that is called, I think it's 5 inches wide, and it's not, as you say, it's not round. It's
Yeah, okay. And it's matching existing on the house.
matching that one and the one on the other side of the house.
Okay,
And there's another gutter where there's a flat roof that's a different design because the roof extends out from the house. But that's on the second story. This will be on the first story, of course.
okay. No other questions?
I have no questions either. How about John?
John Renahan, do you have any
No
questions?
questions. Nope,
Thank-
thank.
Okay,
Okay.
how about the,
Well, there's nobody here from the public, so we will check online if anyone has called in online via Zoom to offer comment on the application to install gutter at 35 Colton Street. Please raise your hand. Using the feature in Zoom, you'll be acknowledged to address the commission. Again, if anyone's called in regarding the 35 Colton Street application, please raise your hand using the feature in Zoom. Mr. Chair, there are no hands raised.
okay. Should we appoint?
We should, do you want to go with,
So.
we're going to do Liz and
Liz,
we hit everybody?
what's next.
Liz is next.
Last but not least.
Okay. I guess we can accept the motion to approve or not.
I'll make the motion to approve the application for William Nagler's application for a temporary certificate of appropriateness to install 11-foot gutter over the deck at 35 Colton Street.
Second.
Second to move, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I have a question, Shannon.
Yes, sir.
I don't ever recall having a gutter come before us before. I'm just curious what triggered that.
It's new. It's not a replace. So like for a roof, if it was a replacement, then I would say it would be an in-kind replacement, but I think we've looked at gutters before. This is it's new install.
Yeah, actually, I had another gutter on the south side, opposite this side, which I brought before the commission a couple of years ago to be installed. And so since I'd gone to the commission for that one, it seemed to make sense to go for this one too. So.
Perfect.
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next item. I guess the Historic District Study Report. How's that going? We're good.
That's good. This is the public hearing for the Historic District Study Report. So Garrett is going to do the presentation. And we have Jared Ritter, I can see is online. I don't know if his wife is with him, but nonetheless, they are present to participate and ask questions at the end of the presentation.
All right, good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Garrett Daigle. I'm the assistant town planner. We're looking to add another property to the Farmington Historic District this evening, 9 Waterville Road. You can go to the next slide. Thank you. So just a brief overview of the timeline for how these studies commence. Property owner first reaches out to staff indicating they'd like to join the district. We usually like to have multiple, but we'll do one at a time if that's all we have. We request that the town council form a study committee, which is made up of the members of the Farmington Historic District. Staff prepares a report detailing the history of the property and giving reasons why it should be included in the historic district. The report is then submitted to other agencies, one being the Town Planning and Zoning Commission and one being the State Historic Preservation Office. The Town Planning and Zoning Commission had no comments on the study. And then the State Historic Preservation Office held their public hearing on October 4th and approved the study report, which brings us to tonight, which is the second to last step, which is holding a public hearing regarding the inclusion of the property in the district. The next slide is just a brief overview map of the whole district. And there's a second map on the second page just showing the zoomed in of where 9 Waterville Road is. We added 11 and 26 Waterville Road last year. So this is just kind of creating another home on Waterville Road, almost a sort of sub-district, Waterville Road sub-district. So as I stated earlier, the property is 9 Waterville Road. Thank you, Shane. It's kind of set back from the road, from Waterville Road. There's a drop down, so it's hard to see the house from the road, but this is what it looks like from the yard. Next slide, Shane. Just a brief overview. The home was constructed by Noah Wallace, who built a number of homes on Waterville Road as income producing properties. And some information about Noah Wallace is included in the report provided by Chairman Jabin Barra. And again, it's just adding to the Waterville Road area. Next slide, Shane. Thank you. So the current owners are Jared and Catherine Ritter. Home was built in 1898. It's a colonial Revival style. It's located on the western side of Waterville Road. It's a primarily colonial style. There's been some additions over the years that have different styles: farmhouse, bungalow, craftsman, shingle style. It's got a stone foundation. There's large gables on the east and west sides of the home, and cross-section dormers on the north and south sides. The roof line also features small hip returns on the large gable ends, and 1/1 double hung sash windows with wood shutters, which may or may not be original to the home. Windows appear to be replacements with storm windows, and most of the windows are wood, but some are vinyl, but are a good representation of the original windows. There's a large sunroom attached to the side of the house, if you're looking at the home on the right, that may or may not be original to the construction of the home. Moving on, this is more of an informational part for the homeowners interested in joining, just a refresher for the commission as well. So staff prepared an overview of the guidelines for construction and alterations and applying for a TCOA from the Farmington Historic District. The commission's goal is to preserve and protect exterior features that make the community a warm and welcoming one that people want to live in, while allowing for appropriate modifications to properties as the community changes and grows, as we saw tonight with people having generators that are original. The authority is limited to decisions that cover only those features, buildings, or parts of building that are visible from a public street, way, or place, and the commission doesn't have any jurisdiction over paint color or landscaping. Thank you, Shannon. Standards are set forth by the U.S. Department of the Interior. They're national standards regarding preservation, rehabilitation, restoration, and reconstruction. Guidelines put a focus on rehabilitation, and the guidelines are there to help property owners make decisions about altering historic property while identifying, retaining, and preserving historic features. Just a little overview of what is and isn't part of the commission's preview. So this is a home on Farmington Avenue. So the front of the home, which is visible from the street, which is a classic Italianate style. Italianate, thank you. I'm not great with all the styles. And has retained a number of the original features. However, there was an addition off the back a number of years ago that doesn't match the existing style of the home, but as it's located behind the home and it's not visible from a public street or way, it's not under the purview of the commission. This home is actually in the Unionville Historic District. So when applying for a certificate of appropriateness, there's an application that's filled out that's usually included with your packets every meeting, I'm sorry. Applications are due 21 days before the next meeting to allow appropriate notification requirements to the public hearing notice in the paper and to everyone within 200 feet of the property. The commission meets on the third Tuesday of every month, and forms can be either mailed to our office at Farmington Town Hall or emailed to Shannon or myself. As part of the application, there's some submission requirements, including asking for some additional information on what's being proposed, For site improvements, there's one form, and we've done one for replacement or material changes for such as windows and things, as opposed to an addition of items. If you're adding onto the home, we're looking for plans showing where the additions are, elevation drawings, material samples, literature on what you're installing, whereas opposed to if it's just material changes or replacements, we don't necessarily require a plot plan of the survey. Just simply what's being replaced with, and does it match what's existing, or is it a restoration? And then we have another one for new construction and additions. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. And replacement material change.
As I stated, there's notification requirements, so the town staff sends a certified letter to the property owner, letting them know what the date of the public hearing will be, and what date the public hearing sign needs to be posted by. The signs are provided by our office. There's a $35 sign deposit fee just to make sure we get the sign back. Notice is published in the paper twice. Town of Farmington uses the Hartford Courant because has the most circulation and regular circulation that meets the state statute requirements. There needs to be a notice published not more than 15 days, not less than 10 days before the hearing, and not more than 10 days and not less than 2 days before the hearing. Notice is also sent to everyone within 200 feet of the property by staff by certified mail. And the sign has to be out 7 days beforehand. As I stated, they're available in our office. Next slide. As we saw this evening, every application requires a public hearing for the commission, and the public hearings are designed to be conversational and to be a dialogue between the property owners and the commission. I'm sorry, to come to a resolution so that we can match the changing needs of the community while still preserving the historic nature of the district. And it's a public hearing, so anyone is able to comment on the application for or against once their presentation has been made. Last slide. Once a decision is made by the commission, a notice is set to the property owners, along with a copy of the legal ad that will be published in the paper. There's a 15-day appeal period from when the notice is posted in the paper. After that 15-day appeal period is over, then the property owners can begin work as was approved. If the commission denies it, the property owner can always appeal that to the Superior Court if they believe it was in violation of the guidelines. And there's a time limit from application to decision of 65 days. So once the public hearing is open, you have 65 days to make your decision on an application. That's it.
Thank you. So if any commission member has a question, we're happy to answer that. And then I will check in with Mr. and Mrs. Ritter to see if they have any questions.
Okay. We certainly talked about this before, but start with Ted. Any comments?
I think it's a great addition. That's it.
Just the 65 days starts now, right? So it's effective today in the last slide.
Yes. There's some caveats for town applications in the state statutes, but for this, it's generally about 65 days for the study report.
No, I think it's good.
I think it's good. I have no questions. Thank you.
No question.
No questions.
I think it's great. It's a lot of work on our part, your part, I should say. That district is expanding. It's a classic example of the shingle style, so it's great to have them on board. So we need a motion.
Hey, I just want
Or
to check.
discussion for-
Mr. Renahan, did you have any questions or comments?
Nope, just thank you. Great work.
Sorry, John, I keep ignoring you.
No, that's okay. And then Mr. and Mrs. Ritter, as property owners, first, thank you. And then second, if you have any question or comment regarding this, then by all means, that's what this is for, is to address any final questions or comments you may have.
We have no questions or comments. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll appoint John Renahan. Vote. Do we need
And,
that?
okay, and there's one other, I've got, there is a hand raised for public comment, so hang on. Hang on, it is Brian, so, Brian, you should be able to unmute your microphone and address the commission.
Sure. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. This is Brian Connolly from 43 Gale Road in Farmington. Just want to say thank you to the Ritters, and I look forward to hearing your presentation at the town council, and I'm wondering when you might be presenting to the town council. I just want to put that in my report. That's why I'm asking.
Sure. So by state statute, because this is a individual historic property rather than an immediate contiguous addition to the district as a whole, the Ritters have a 30-day period in which to withdraw their application and withdraw. So they have 30 days from today to withdraw, should they choose to. Our intent, I will work with the town manager. We can get this, I believe there's still time to get this on the December town council agenda to schedule then a hearing either in January or February. It would be at the town manager's discretion, as she's got a new town council coming in. So I'm not sure how she'll be juggling her agendas. So, but we can
No
have it.
worries. I don't need to say anything about it. I was just curious.
Sure. No, but you can I mean, it'll be coming. We had to get through this step first, and then it'll be likely scheduled at the December town council for either January or February. Again, it would be at the town manager and the town council chair's discretion. I'm not sure if there's some perfunctory things they have to go through at their first meetings in January. That
No
may,
worries. I'll just let them know what you guys accomplished today. And again,
Certainly.
thank you to the Ritters.
absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Brian.
you. Okay. Now we've hit all the required elements. So thank you. And I believe you indicated you were going to appoint Mr. Renahan. Is that
Correct.
correct? Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So can we have a motion? To accept?
I'll make a motion to accept the Farmington Historic District Study Report dated September 2023 concerning the addition of the historic properties on 9 Waterville Road, also known as Brookside.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good. Oh, you're not. John?
Aye.
Great. Motion, any further discussion? Motion passes.
Motion
We're good.
passes. So
Welcome.
thank you very much, Ritters. We'll keep you posted on the town council. Next
Thank
step.
you.
Thank you.
Next and final step. So. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I guess under new business, we have new dates.
Our 2024 calendar,
Right.
as we said, our time keeps marching. So here we go.
That's the good news.
And we're all here to see it, right?
Right.
There you go.
Beats the alternative. So the calendar it's a typical standard, our third Tuesday of the month. There is, I think, a handful of fluctuation, perhaps. It looks like it's pretty consistent. They're all Tuesdays. There's some asterisks noting we have budget workshops and just some things noted. November's typically our meeting schedule. So we adopt the meeting schedule, and December election of officers. And then Sandy's also added in the submission deadlines for us, which is the 3 weeks prior to the meeting date. So it just makes it easy at a glance reference for everybody.
Do we
So-
need a motion for that or?
We do need a
We do?
motion and a second and a vote, please.
Okay. Would like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the 2024 meeting schedule as presented.
And I'll second that.
Okay, so, appoint Ted. It's a full voting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
Wonderful.
And Other
Um,
business.
The other business, Jay Bombara had asked me to put this on so we can discuss this evening, or we can wait and discuss it in December when Jay is here. This is in reference to an application on Mountain Road that was for a pool in the backyard that was not visible from Mountain Road, but there was a question as to its visibility from the Hillstead driveway. And so as you can see, the legal opinion indicates that it's Hillstead being a private entity, it's a private road, it's designated as a private road, private driveway really for Farmington, that it would not meet the criteria of public streetway or place. Even though it is open to the public, it is a private entity with private hours. In fact, the driveway is gated. So, therefore, it was deemed that it does not meet that criteria, again, as public streetway or place. So with the pool not being visible from Mountain Road, then they were allowed to proceed with the install. And it is directly behind the home, and there's quite a bit of shrubbery and other things that set back quite a bit from the road as well.
Yeah, I'm certainly familiar with it. I look right at it. And when you go up Mountain Road, Mountain Road is so below, you can't see anything. And so I agree that it's not part of our purview.
Right. So that was the genesis of it.
Great.
And so anyhow, there may be further discussion in December with Jay if he's got anything else to add. But that was really the nexus of that. So, okay.
Okay. Anything else?
I do not have anything under staff report. I can't say it's been quiet, but it's been quiet for you folks.
Quite enough.
In relation to historic district elements, it's been relatively quiet, so we'll take that.
Good. So anyone else have anything to say, or other than get your turkey ready?
Yeah.
And
Everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
yes, and we've got minutes from last month. So minutes from, September, not October,
Yeah,
September,
should approve that.
please.
Unless there's any discussion on the minutes.
I had just had one comment that I sent to you, I think. As I recall about the Kendrick home on Mountain Spring, the new addition is going to be visible, but it's not going to be prominent. So I think our minutes exactly what we said.
They have made an edit and just updated what was online.
I'm sorry?
I may have made an edit, but redistribute it.
Oh, okay.
I'll check it.
Okay. Fine.
That's the one you can see from.
Any other questions about the minutes? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
There a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. And the only other thing is a reminder that elections are in December.
That what?
The elections are in December. Your officer elections for the commission are in December.
December.
So that was the only other item.
Okay.
Okay.
Coming up.
All right. Yeah, coming up, right? 4 weeks.
Think about it. I make a motion that we adjourn.
I second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Hey,
Thank
happy
you, everybody.
Thanksgiving, everybody.